Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Little Envelope Shop YouTube channel. Today I've got a Sunny Studio Stamps card for you, along with some other products, and tips for faster card making and easier card making. My first tip for you is to stamp out lots of different stamp images on little easy to-go sheets. I've got these stamped on 110-pound white cardstock because I prefer to use Copics for my coloring for the most part. And then I can just take these on the go along with some markers, do them when I've got a few minutes here or there, and then you're ready to go when you need to make a card. So that's actually exactly what I did. I have this Sunny Studio set. I colored them all in with my Copics, and I knew I needed to make a quick project for today, so I just went ahead and cut out the images that I have here. I'm starting with this coffee cup, and I'm just going to, like I said, cut them out with my small precision scissors. I don't have the coordinating dies for these, so that's why I'm using the scissors instead of the dies. But honestly, I really like to cut things out, fussy cut them out instead of dies sometimes. It's just like a mindless thing you could do in front of the TV after a long day of working or whatever. And it's just kind of good and relaxing. So now I'm going to work on my background. I've got two Distress Oxide inks, both by Ranger here. And I've got my ink blending tools. I'm just going to stamp the ink blender into the ink, and then slowly, it doesn't look slow because I've sped it up, but I'm going to slowly blend it onto the paper. And I wanted it to look orange in the middle, so I've got pink and yellow there on either side, and then they're going to mix and overlap in the center there, so you get kind of an orange color even though you only have the two inks. Next I have my Distress sprayer, and I'm just going to spray that over the top of that. The Distress Oxides work really well with water. You can see here, lifts that ink right up, gives you a nice distressed look, kind of like a bleached splatter. I decided I didn't have enough splatter, so I went ahead and sprayed it again, and I just used the paper toweling to pull that up. Now I have this other piece. I have a lot of pieces like this, things you die cut for projects that just don't work. I save them all because they can come in handy later. And this basically how I put this card together is just by grabbing things that didn't work for other projects but worked for something else. So I took that. That's going to be my focal point for this, for all these little breakfast foods to sit on. And I'm just using my ATG gun to adhere those images to this burst die and to adhere the burst die to my background. So I'm just using that to get on all of those little sections, and then once that's ready, I can go ahead and adhere it down to the background. And it creates a really nice, like I said, focal point for all those little images. And it's really nice to have that white, crisp white on the colorful background to draw your eye in. I decided I wanted that pink on top to kind of mirror the egg yolk, the yellow from the bottom. Had some stray tape going on there. So I'm going to adhere that down. And once that's all centered, just got to eyeball it there, make sure it's all good. Once that's all centered, we'll work on our sentiment. For my sentiment, I'm also using something that was left over from another project. This is something that I heat embossed from another project, and it says it's your birthday, and it's just heat embossed onto a strip of blue cardstock. And I love the way it turned out. It just didn't happen to work for what I needed it to prior to this, but I love the pop of blue on all these warm colors. I'm using my T-square ruler to make sure I get it on there straight, because I am the worst at making things straight on my cards. They always come out crooked. I always use my T-square ruler. And then I'm just trimming off the excess there so that it's all set. So that is my card for today. All I have left to do is to fold my card base, and once again I'm going to use my ATG gun to put tape all over the back of that, and then it'll be all set to be sent off. So I hope you guys enjoyed this card for today. I hope I've given you some things to think about for making your cards a little bit quicker and easier for the future. Plus, you get to have some fun in the meantime, coloring on the go. All the products from today's video are in the shop. Please check us out at the Little Envelope Shop.